Good morning. It is 8:42 a.m. on Saturday, August 12th, 2017. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. Oh, excuse me. And people started making noise in the hallway right when I started talking. I'm sure you can't hear it, but it distracted me. So I'm not in a great mood this morning, partly just because, I don't talk about like the news or politics or that sort of thing here very often. But boy, the images coming out of that alt-right rally last night are pretty awful and disgusting. Um, I just, I, I, I can hardly believe that this is this is the country we live in. I mean, maybe that's my own damn fault for being naive. That the people who were doing that last night are emboldened. They've always been there. I'm sure the people who are more actively discriminated against them by them were fully aware of how many there are, and it's my own privilege that I don't get it forced on me every day. But boy, you just look, they're all carrying torches, shouting things like the Jews will not replace us. It makes me want to throw up. I just like it's one thing to say that okay, right to free speech, which I mean is real, right to assemble. I mean, like there are laws and you have to enforce them appropriately, but this is not like with them all having torches and open flames like that. Can you possibly imagine that if this was a Black Lives Matter rally doing that they would not have been shut down hard by the police immediately? Come on. So the fact that the police were only there to step in and stop any like physical skirmish against counter protesters, like they stepped in only when there was like direct physical violence, and then otherwise basically hands off. Like that's not what would happen if it was a Black Lives Matter rally. And just the fact that they would choose torches like that, it seems like it is a very conscious and deliberate attempt to evoke like Klan rallies and stuff like that. It just makes me mad, and yet it's sad too because I don't know what I can do about it. I mean, I suppose I could be more active in counter protests or something, but like at the same time, I live in Massachusetts. It's not that we lack people like that here, but not in as many numbers. We don't see rallies like that happening very often. But I don't know. I'm just feeling frustrated with the world right now, and our country in particular. That's sort of stuff is still going on. That those people feel like they're free to engage in that sort of behavior. And again, I don't mean in a legal sense that they should not be free to espouse their hateful speech, but that they feel free to safe to do so without facing social consequence, I guess is my point, right? Because the thing is, you have the right to express whatever opinion you want. But that doesn't mean everybody else can't say, that opinion sucks, we want you to go away. Like, again, not in a legal sense, but in a we don't want to associate you with you sense. But these people all feel that, like, nope, this is an opinion that they feel comfortable and safe expressing in public, and with torches and the pictures of them. There was a small group of counter protesters that they literally surrounded and were like closing in on with these lit torches. Ugh. Ugh. I don't usually talk about this stuff, but I can't not talk about this. This is like, what else could I talk about when I'm feeling this way? It's disgusting. And I think that it is, there's been statements, I guess, from the mayor and the president of the university condemning it, but at the same time, it's like, Yeah, yeah, you condemned it. I'm glad you're not at least voicing, you're not remaining silent about it exactly. But at the same time, I'm just thinking the way the police handled these people is not the way they would have handled an equivalent Black Lives Matter rally. It's just not. And that is part of why those people felt so safe. Again, it's like, it's one thing to say, oh, well, sure, yeah, they have the right to protest. Sure, they do. They have the right to assemble, they have the right to free speech, all of that stuff. But the laws are not enforced equally. Anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes about Avatar The Last Airbender. I'd say it's a happier subject, which it is really, except it's not a happy episode especially. So anyway, I'll talk to you tomorrow for 5 more minutes.